Hey guys, this is Chris from Clever Unicorn Games and the Unicorn Collective. In this week's episode of Designer Playtesting, we try out Token Terrors by John de Campos. At first, we played the full game, which is going to be released on Kickstarter soon, and that was pretty good. Very little we could critique on it. Didn't make for great recording. So what we then did is we went on and helped playtest the first expansion, helping to balance the new tokens that will be coming in with that expansion, and trying to give some feedback on how they may be brought in line with the season 1 tokens so that they weren't too overpowered. So without further ado, enjoy the video. Hi, this is Chris from Clever Unicorn Games and the Unicorn Collective. We're back with another of our designer playtesting sessions. Today we're doing Token Terrors with John, and with me is...
Hello, I'm Patrick, designer of Funky Fruit, keeper of many board games, and look forward to playtesting Token Terrors.
Hello, I'm Ian Brocklebank. I describe myself as a wannabe designer because I've got far too many ideas and as yet too few actually realised. But no, this looks fun. I am amazed at this environment we're sitting in. As I say, I'm just wondering how long it took you to paint the wall.
Okay, that's a great segue. I'm John de Campos. I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm the co-designer of Token Terrors Battlegrounds and the illustrator behind the game as well. Thanks for inviting me on, guys.
So tell us a little bit about your game here.
All right. So in a nutshell, Token Terrors Battlegrounds is a 1 versus 1 semi-abstract battle game where players are a warlord who builds an army of 10 miniature monsters in a battle to the death. So basically what you guys are seeing here, this is the Token Terrors Ultimate Edition. I wanted to be able to play test the Season 2 factions that we have planned for a few years from now. Obviously, we're pre-Kickstarter now, so there's just Season 1 that will be available for the physical version coming up. But I want to be able to play test Season 2, so we have an assortment of 13 factions to choose from in this version, but Season 1 will only consist of the guys down here at the bottom. Anyway, so yeah, the way the game plays is on each of your turns, you're going to activate one token you control. You have 3 starting commands at the beginning of your turn. You have to issue all of them. Once you're done issuing your 3 starting commands, you can spend surge points to issue additional commands. And the name of the game is just eliminate all of your opponent's forces. Don't get got is the name of the game. And yeah, the idea behind the game and the reason it exists is because I'm a big Magic the Gathering player, and I have built a number of token generation decks that just flood the battlefield with a ton of little 1/1 monsters. And I thought it was so weird that no one had created a token creature representation that was good.
Saprolings. Loads of saprolings.
Right. So yeah, actually, our answer to saprolings are in Season 2. They're called the branchlings. But yeah, I was playing a buddy of mine, and I was generating a ton of soldiers. I must have had like 30 or 40 soldiers out, and I was using dice and beads and coins and all this other junk. And I was just like, why isn't there a elegant solution to this problem? Come on,
yeah. Okay,
we're gonna grab a soldier, and we'll grab a flying machine or a wyvern. Buddy, come on, buddy. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, so you'll
you
see
want
here.
A flying machine as well?
Sure, yeah, we can put one of those out. All right, so you guys are all probably familiar with some stuff, but I'm just going to go over it anyway. You know that if you press Option or Alt, you can zoom to screen, so you can review the Token Terrors Battlegrounds Quick Reference Guide at the bottom right here.
Yep, I've got it up on screen.
The header on top that just walks you through each step of your turn. So it's a 5-step turn. 3 of them are optional, 1 of them is conditional, and 1 of them is mandatory. So you will refresh at the top of your turn, and I'll explain the different states that your tokens can be in and why you may or may not want to refresh in just a minute. You will always activate 1 token per turn and command it 3 times. You can then option to spend surge points after you've completed your 3 starting commands if you wish. Then step 4 is to rest. This is not a command. If you complete all 3 of your starting commands or more after that, you can turn your token around to face its controller and earn 1 surge point and rest the token. But when you do this, you forfeit the ability to evade range attacks with that token. Okay?
Okay.
And then step 5 is the last part of your turn. You will reinforce. So if you have 4 or fewer tokens on the battleground, you will place 1 from your reserves on any unoccupied edge space until you have 5 on the battleground. So speaking about resting and stuff, we will turn this soldier around. So make sure that your rotation degrees is set to 90 so that when you press E, you can rotate these guys fairly easily. The way that they're facing is part of the mechanisms.
Okay.
So here's how things battle and attack. So on each of your turns, you have to complete 3 commands, right? So if I activated this soldier, I could go move, move, move. That's 3 commands. So I could end my turn right there.
Okay.
But when you do 3 move commands in a row, that's called a dash, and that'll instantly earn you a surge point. So you start the game with 1. So I would go up to 2, and then I could issue the command Enrage, which raises the threat of a token. And then I could battle this wyvern. Melee attacks cannot be evaded, so this guy becomes a 2, deals 2 damage to this guy, and kills him. So let's just go over threat very quickly. If you guys take a look at this page right here, I'm going to zoom to screen on this.
Mm-hmm.
So in the top right corner, you'll see a figure with a bunch of numbers. Basically, the way that it works is that every token starts with 1 threat. That's both their defense and their attack score. And then for each token of the same faction that is in an adjacent space, you increase their threat. So right now, all 3 of these soldiers are 1 threat. If I move this soldier here, he gets +2 from these 2 guys, so he becomes a 3, and both of these guys get a +1 because they're next to him. You guys with me so far?
A bit like the threat in Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the way
And that's orthogonally, not diagonally.
Right, exactly. So there is a key phrase that you'll see pop up here and there called surrounding. When something has the surrounding key phrase, it'll get a bonus and or affect spaces that are every space around it, including diagonally aligned spaces.
Otherwise, it's orthogonally.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bingo. So the way that things fight is on this page right here. Whoops, I think I passed it. Okay, so the soldiers are a melee faction. At the cost of 1 command, they can attack into any adjacent space, again, orthogonally aligned, so in a cross pattern. If you spend 2 commands, you can blindside attack and deal diagonal melee damage. And since all tokens exchange damage simultaneously, when you do a diagonal attack, the passive retaliation will go into a space that the attacking token doesn't occupy, so you don't take any return damage.
Oh, I get it,
So,
yeah.
like,
So you
so this
spend
line-
more to attack diagonally, and it means you can't get retaliated against.
Exactly.
Right.
The way the range guys work is they always fire in a straight line. They fire from 2 spaces away. And if the token is fresh, meaning that it's facing away from its controller, the token can roll to evade. If you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you move the evading token 1 to 3 spaces. And then, the active player would then command their token some more, try to maybe attack again or pass turn or whatever. However, if you spend 2 commands with a range faction, you can sure shot attack a token, an enemy token, and the defending token has to roll a 6 in order to evade.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, so as I was explaining before, there are 2 ways to gain surge points. One of them is to complete 3 move commands in a row. 1, 2, 3, you gain a surge. The other way is to rest your token. So you would turn it around to face its controller, and the only thing that changes once you rest something, so I would gain the surge. Cool, this is awesome. This means I'll get to issue some extra commands on my next turn. But if this wyvern was to get activated and then do take flight, which is one of its token talents, and go move, 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 and then battle, this guy just bites it. He doesn't get a chance to evade at all. And since this melee faction returns damage passively into the space adjacent, he doesn't take any return damage, so you just murk the guy.
And if you're facing your owner, your controller, with your token, even if you're attacked from the side, you bite it straight away. There's no evasion.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, so the range guys also, there isn't any directional limitation here. If I have an active wyvern attacking at range, I can attack in all 4 directions for 1 battle. Trying to think. Oh, so before we get started, I'll just explain one more thing. So there's also something called ready. So the way that something becomes in a ready state is if you do if you have a token talent, or this guy is here. The soldiers have an ability called Phalanx that once you issue it, it remains active until you issue a battle command, retaliate, become refreshed, or get destroyed. So to indicate that this guy's Phalanx ability is going to persist beyond my turn, I'm going to turn him to the right, and that's just telling you and myself that this guy is now getting a +1 bonus to threat for every surrounding friendly soldier, which is 1. So he would become a 3. So if this guy comes over here and tries to attack, the attack will not do enough damage to kill him. And then at the beginning of my next turn, I can optionally refresh this soldier and activate him and do more stuff.
So each token only has 3 states, basically. He's facing forward, he's facing back, or he's facing to the side, and that's the 3 different states.
Correct. Fresh, readied, and resting. Yeah. All right. If one of you gents would be so kind as to hit the setup game button, please.
Oh, setup game. I'll do that.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Interesting.
So we've got 1 of each.
Yeah, so all the tokens on the edge of the table here, these are going to be your starting ranks. Starting with Patrick.
Oh, so it's my turn. Okay, let's stick a goblin there. So you said first 2 rows?
Yep, first 2 rows.
Okay.
And are they ready when you place them, so they should be facing forwards?
Yep, they all come out fresh.
Okay.
You turn that elf round, Patrick. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
I was getting confused between my back and my front with a soldier there, wasn't I?
Generally, they hold the shield at the front.
Yeah.
My other
Well,
goblin next
you
door.
get some Vikings that carry them on the backs, don't you? But I guess
Not in battle.
No, right. Not the most effective way of doing things, is it? Right, there we go.
Okay. You waiting for me again? Let's stick that one there.
Oh boy.
Ooh, interesting.
Was that not a good move?
No. I mean, I think it's looking very spicy to me so far.
Okay. Let's get on that spice.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna deny a flank.
Sounds painful.
Right.
I've no idea whether that works.
I don't know what I've done whether it works, but it looks interesting.
Patrick, I think you've done some interesting stuff over here. Yeah.
Okay.
Note the word there was interesting and not good.
I've got the seal of approval. I think there. Yeah.
All right.
Trying to there we go. That's facing forwards. Okay. There we go.
Setup is complete. All right, so Patrick, you're going to take the first turn since you did not draft first, and you are going to choose 1 token you control to activate, and then you are going to command it 3 times. And I'll just remind you that your turn order is on this side, and all your other vital information is on the other side of the rules at a glance card. So you can move as many times as you want. You can battle as many times as you want. You can enrage to raise the threat of a token once per turn, and then you can use each of the token terror's talents once per turn.
Right. Okay. I see. Okay.
So so if we move 3 times, you get was that was rush? That gives you a surge token.
So Rush does not activate a surge because
Cool. Then I will draft something first from these fancy new ones.
So yeah, one thing I'll just point out at the jump. Season 2 features a brand new mechanic where tokens have react abilities. Those token talents can be issued during your opponent's turn, provided that the token that's the target of the react ability is fresh, and you also have a surge point which you must spend in order to issue it during your opponent's turn.
So Reacts needs a surge point, basically.
If it's not happening on your turn, if it's during your turn, you can issue it as if it's a normal command.
I'm going to take Myrmidons.
Interesting. I'm gonna grab those fishmen, the mer people.
Ah. Yeah, I'll take dragons.
Myrmidons and dragons, huh? I'm gonna rock those vampires, baby. Here we go. All right. Whoops.
Are we ready for setup game? I'll let you press the button.
Bam. All right. You got first pick, so I get to place first. Here we go. Yeah. I am going to move. Rest this vamp. I'll just dash and earn a surge and pass turn.
So, threat is only orthogonally, isn't it?
Yeah. So this vampire is a 3. The other 2 around him are both 2s.
And I start with 1 surge point.
Yep.
So I do that and then use a surge to explode it.
So you earn a surge immediately as soon as you complete that dash, and then you'll just go back to 1. So you're gonna issue self-destruct.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna roll evasion for this vampire.
You get evasion against that, do you?
Yeah, it's a range attack.
Ah, okay.
So he fails. I'm gonna spend a surge point to issue my token talent react ability called Regenerate, where I move him 2 spaces and he becomes ready. Then I'm gonna roll evasion for this this guy. Come on, baby. Damn. All right. This guy's dead. So you can only, just like in the regular on your turn, you can only issue token talents once per turn. So I've already done regenerate once, so I can't do it again. All right, rolling for the other vampire. Good lord.
Wow.
Rolling for the mer person. Come on, give me 1.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
So that guy's dead.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So I'm gonna complete my evasion with him and move that mer person up to there. Then you will reinforce at the top of your turn, or you'll reinforce now at the end of your turn. Those Myrmidons, man, it's a risk every time you do self-destruct because you know you're going to lose that token, and I could roll good for the whole thing, and it would mean nothing. But sometimes,
gotta take a Hail Mary.
Yeah. All right. So my turn. I'm going to move, blindside this Myrmidon. So this guy's dead. Then I'm going to pass turn.
Reinforce yourself.
Oh, yeah, thanks. All set.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at this dude. No, I'm not. He'll hit me back, won't he?
Nope, he's melee.
Oh, he is, yeah. Yeah, I'll shoot him.
So move, battle.
Yep.
All right, rolling to evade. Let's go, Myrmidon. Or not Myrmidon.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll go move.
Hey, I haven't finished yet. Oh, no, you get to evade, don't you?
Yep. I'll move here, actually.
Okay.
Is that it?
No, I might use... I'm going to rest.
Okay.
And then reinforce.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. All right. I'm gonna activate this mer person and blindside this dragon. Then I'm gonna move one space over and pass turn.
Yeah, I'm going to activate this Myrmidon here.
Yeah.
And blindside that guy. The blue guy.
The mer person?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna spend my surge point to do my reactability and do Riptide. Roll a d4 to see what happens. Or roll the d6. I roll it, not you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move this Myrmidon one space away from this mer person. So the way that works is, as a reactability, when this mer person is attacked, roll the evasion die, complete this talent based on the outcome. 1 to 3, move the attacking token X spaces away from this mer person, where X is the result of your roll. 4 to 6, I issue X move commands among all friendly mer people, where X is the result of my roll.
Oh, okay. I'm back, and
Hey, Patrick.
there's some mermaids. Mer persons.
Being sneaky.
Vampires. Yeah. Okay, interesting. So who's got the favourable odds at the moment?
Him. Because of all his sneakiness.
Surprise.
So
There's no hidden information in this game.
I guess it's more just learning the rules of the various factions, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Chris, you doing anything else with this Myrmidon?
Good question. He still has one action
You
left.
got one command left, right?
So what I'm going to do is rest him.
Okay. I am going to activate. Oh, well, I'll let you reinforce. Sorry.
But then I'm going to use a surge point to... I'll wait until I react and then I'll turn him.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna activate this vampire and issue the token talent feed and battle this Myrmidon.
I'm going to react and ready him.
Well, this is a melee attack, so you can't evade it.
Yeah, it won't make any difference, will it?
Nah. So when I do feed for the rest of the turn, I get a +1 to anything that's not fresh. So I get a +1 bonus. So that's a 4 versus your 2. I kill that guy. And if I destroy a token while feed is active, you lose a surge point and I gain a surge point. And then I can, as a free command, I can leave this vampire going to do. But I have to complete another command. So, scheiße. For my third command, I'm going to enrage him. And then I will rest this guy. Ugh, this is a bad idea. Yeah, I'll rest the game one more. All right, pass turn.
Okay. I'm going to spend all commands to make this dragon on your side of the board range 4.
So that dude gets breath fire. I misspelled it on the card,
Yeah,
sorry.
he gets the breath fire.
Breath. Not breathe, breath fire.
Then I'll use a surge to attack that vampire.
All right, I'm going to roll to evade. Okay. Okay, so actually, let's back up a second. So you only deal 1 damage anyway. So, okay, I failed the evasion. You dealt me 1 damage. He's a 2 threat, so...
Yep, but I'm going to attack again with another surge.
Okay.
Boom.
All right, so you deal 2 damage. That's enough to kill him, but I have 2 surge points. So I'm going to spend 1 to do the vampire ability regenerate and move him 2 spaces and leave him ready. Whoops.
Awakening the dead kind of thing, yeah, with this.
That's the end of my reaction. Anything else for you?
Put this guy out.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna refresh all my vampire. Then I'm gonna dash to go up to 2, and then I'll enrage battle your dragon. Hit to 0. And then I'm gonna rest this mer person to gain 1 and pass turn.
My go?
Yep.
I'll explode. I'll explode that Myrmidon.
You're gonna self-destruct. All right. So yeah, you affect every space surrounding that Myrmidon.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to roll 4 evasions right now. Here we go. First one, vampire nearest you.
Nice.
He's out of here. Next vampire right here. All right. He will die, but I'm gonna -1 my surge and do regenerate and move it 2 spaces and ready it.
Oh,
as
can
a
you move?
react.
Can you move through pieces?
You can move through your own guys, but you can't move through enemies. Then I'm gonna roll evasion for this guy. One, 2. And now for this mer person. Man. 1, 2.
Yeah, didn't go so good.
All right. And then you hit your reinforced step.
Things are looking grim.
What are you, Chris, the mother of dragons now, are you?
Mother of not very effective dragons.
So I'm gonna refresh this vampire, refresh my mer person.
Yeah, they just go for a swim, don't they? To refresh there.
I'm gonna activate this mer person and dash 3 over to earn a surge. That kicks up his threat to 2. I'll spend that surge to attack your mer person, deal 2 damage.
Gosh. This guy's played before, Chris.
Yeah, I mean,
Then I'll rest this guy to earn a surge point. Pass turn.
so yeah, this dragon's gonna kill this vampire.
Could you also explode in the corner, Chris, if you wanted to with this? You got self-destruct button, haven't you?
Yeah, plan. If it's not gonna be alive there, but I'm not gonna. Oh, I suppose no, because I don't want to risk losing any dragons. But then he's got to walk all the way over there, and he doesn't have.
Yeah, he's got a long journey.
He could do it though, because he's got. Oh yes, he's only got 1 surge point. It's still enough to kill the dragons with that 1 vampire.
Yeah, it's melee, isn't it? Yeah.
So are you just gonna do a regular range attack, or you want to make that a sure shot?
Well, I've got sure shot. Oh, right, I can still do that, can't I? But I need surge for that, don't I?
No, you don't. You can sure shot at the cost of 1 command. So from this space, without moving at all, you can just do sure shot battle and pitch 2 that I have to roll a 6 to evade.
Okay, let's do that.
Alrighty, here we go.
Dead.
Oh.
Yes, but I will spend my last surge point to react, move 2 spaces, and leave this vampire ready using my regenerate token talent.
It's interesting that John's gone for 2 melees as opposed to melee and a ranged, actually, even what we played before. Is there any reason for that, John, or just?
Because because I'm really interested in playing season 2 because I played season 1 to death, and there's only 2 range factions in season 2. There's Ghosts and Dragons, and I played Ghosts yesterday.
I see. Okay.
I can't help feeling that the vampires might be a bit overpowered. Even though it's only once per turn, stopping yourself from dying is huge in this game.
It's true. So the dragons have an ability that's like that also because Roost is a react ability. So you basically can cover a ton of ground or move something out of harm's way or give something a defensive boost. Unfortunately, the dragons have been a tad thinned out, so you haven't had a ton of opportunities to try them out.
No, but even then, that's still a very powerful thing that these two factions have then, which is the ability to prevent themselves from dying, which is, in a game that only has 10 hit points technically per person in the amount of tokens you have, that's a very big thing.
That's interesting that you frame it that way. I like that. I like that it's you view it as having 10 hit points. That's cool. All right, so I'll refresh at the top of my turn, and then I'm gonna move blindside. And then I'll rest.
Oh. Bit thin on the ground, Chris.
Very thin on the ground.
He hasn't even started to use feed, I don't think, has he? Have you seen what feed does?
Yeah, he used
I've
it
done
on
it
me once.
That's nasty.
Feed. Oh, yeah. Okay.
He takes if he kills you, he takes a surge point off you.
Yep.
That's pretty powerful as well, isn't it? So that's a vampires. They've got 2 things gunning for them coming out of the crypt. What?
Dash rest.
Basically, they've to get. They've got feed to get surge tokens. Uses them.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, the one thing also to keep in mind with regenerate, and I hear you on them a little bit overpowered, and granted, the caveat I gave at the top of the game where, season 2 hasn't been vetted thoroughly as season 1. When you complete regenerate, you also leave the vampire in a ready state, which means he can't evade again, and he also can't be the target of regenerate a second time.
I mean, have you thought about making it so that vampires cannot gain surge any other way apart from feeding?
No, because earning surge by doing a dash or a rest is sort of part of the bedrock of the game itself. But I kind of like the idea of a faction that can't earn surge that way, and they have something that's really crazy powerful. All right, so I'm gonna refresh this vampire. 1 surge. Then I'm going to dash. Enrage battle.
Well, I'm gonna roost.
No, wait. I'll dash. I'm gonna dash. Feed battle.
I'm still roosting.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even think about that. Boom. All the way over there, and then boom.
Yeah, you see, because you can take flight, can't you? And he's got a bit further to go.
I'll rest that guy.
I mean, John? Is there still a way Chris can come back from this somehow if he was
not really.
The right move?
Doubtful. You'd have to get real creative with the dragons, only because their breath fire ability is so expensive. You kind of need to bank a bunch of surge points and then have a really successful turn with the dragon.
The problem with them at the moment is the fact that your ability to regenerate and the fact that I can only do a certain amount of damage, and you not only do you get the regenerate, you get to evade because they're ranged. Means that there's not much chance of me even taking one out, but we will give it a go.
Give it your best. Fire breath.
Shoot him.
Battle.
Yeah.
Yep, that guy's dead.
What about your evasion?
He can't be the target, so he can't evade because he's resting, and he can't be the target of the reactability.
Oh, he was resting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the vampires. Yeah, that's how it works.
Alrighty.
May as well rest him.
Yep. So sitting on one surge, I'm gonna go dash with this mer person, earn a surge, spend them both to enrage battle. And then you're gonna roost.
Yeah, I'm gonna roost.
Roost, yeah, okay. I'll leave this guy fresh, and then I reinforce.
Have you got surge points too, Roost?
Yeah, I had one.
Oh, you had one. You've already done that. Okay.
So it's me, yeah.
Yep.
So does that react? Does that happen instead of an attack? It avoids the attack, or is it after you've attacked if you've survived?
It works as an interrupt. So if you're familiar with Magic at all, it basically has
Yeah.
flash. It's an instant.
Okay, so you can never kill the last dragon. If they gain one surge every time. Oh no, because you need 2 dragons to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you're getting there. You go. Yep.
That's me.
But if they've got 2 dragons on opposite sides of the field, as long as one of them is able to gain 1 surge in a turn, one's attacked will be able to react and join the other one.
Yes, but there's a couple different conditions you have to meet in order to be able to have that reactability work. So
Right.
the dragon that's the target of the reactability has to be fresh. You have to have a surge point in order to issue that command during your opponent's turn, and then
Right.
you can't issue the same token talent in the same turn. So once he does roost once, if I'm able to get to him after that, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
That's me anyway.
Not then. Obviously, they're then close together. If you do it again, they're likely to be close together.
Right. Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go dash to here to earn a surge. Then I will spend them both to blindside this dragon.
Roost.
I think you're going to struggle to effectively have to hit hit dragons twice in order to kill one.
We'll see.
My go.
Yep.
He's going to shoot you, McPherson, and he's going to sure shot it.
You seem like
Go
you're chipping
ahead.
away.
All right. I'm going to go dash, rest, gain 2, reinforce, pass turn.
Oh, nice.
Not within range, though.
Are you resting and doing anything
No,
else?
I'm not going to rest, I don't think, because I need to be not rested to roost.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to attack you with a range attack because both my guys are melee. So
Yeah, but this guy here will just go across and smash him if he's rested.
if he's resting or not, he'll come over there and smash him.
Yeah, but I can roost if I'm not resting.
Oh yes, this is true. Sorry, excuse me. All right. I'm gonna do a dash. Earn 1 pass turn.
I'm going to shoot that vampire.
Is that a sure shot attack?
Nope, I'm just going to do 3 normal attacks.
Very good. Let's roll for the first one. Wow.
Regenerate.
A -1 and regenerate.
Shoot again. Oh, can he hit me back with melee if I range him there?
Yeah. Yep. So you've done battle.
Spend a surge to shoot you again. I will sure shot it as well.
You don't have to. He's in a ready state, so he can't evade.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I can't do regenerate again because I've already issued a turn, so that guy's dead. Anything else?
That's me.
Move blindside.
Roost.
Yeah. Your turn. Oh wait, I get to reinforce. Here you go.
I keep muting myself. I think you might be proving yourself wrong, Chris.
Yeah.
As long as you've got at least one surge, it's very hard for him to take you.
That's me.
Oh, yes.
It's become very quiet.
The
People are thinking.
tension is in the air.
I'm leading by 3 tokens, but like I'm not feeling particularly good about it. Like,
I'm just.
what do you got, Chris?
That's me, isn't it? It's your go.
I just completed my.
Oh, did you do it already? Okay.
Yeah, I just reinforced. I completed my turn.
Your go.
Dash rest. Pass turn.
Your go.
Move. Blindside.
Roost.
That was a film, wasn't it? The Blind Side. Oh no, I thought
Sandra
about
Bullock. Yeah.
that. Yeah. No relation, John. I take it.
Then I'm gonna spend a surge. I'm gonna spend a surge point to move down 1 space. Then I'm gonna issue the Merperson token talent Undertow for 1. Then I get to move 2 tokens surrounding this Merperson 1 space each. Then I'm going to blindside this dragon.
And that's where it turned.
Go to 0. And I'll leave this guy fresh and pass turn.
Okay, and he's going to shoot him. I'm going to make it a sure shot.
Oh.
Got it.
That dragon's looking a little bit lonely, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's dead soon. That's me. He's dead now,
That's
probably.
your turn?
Yeah, it's me. Finish me off.
You
can't. You can't do it.
I can't. So I'm going to refresh this vampire.
I feel like, yeah, some combinations are going to play out a lot better than others, aren't they, in terms of different, depending on what you guys pick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dash rest my vampire, earn 2 surge, and pass turn. I mean, yeah, part of the game is looking at the mechanisms. Like, obviously, I had sort of tried without much success to figure out a way to edge out a kill while hovering around 2 surge points for 3 or 4 turns. And then I realized that like that vampire is just off in the corner, kind of not doing anything. So you just start to churn up enough surge points that you can have a big enough turn where I can make it so he uses the roost ability, but I still have enough actions left to take out a guy.
Yes.
Is it my go?
Yep, your turn.
That's me.
Okay. I'm going to dash to here, pass turn.
Attack with sure shot.
Never say die, hey Chris.
Yeah, give it a go.
All right. I'm going to spend a surge to issue my reactability Riptide. So I move your guy 3 spaces away from this Merper.
Yeah.
And then that's the game because I'm going to go dash, blindside, GG.
Yeah. Yeah, good game.
Yeah.
I don't like them as much as I like the ones that come in the base game. I think there's too much. I think there's too much swinginess in it.
The reactabilities.
Yeah, the reactor. It's just they are. I mean, even my dragons showed there as well. They could very nearly bring the game back just from that, which didn't seem earned. It's kind of one of those skills that they've got, which makes them. It does make them better than other factions.
Yeah, I felt like when I played with Ian, the sharpshooter ability felt more so like it was earned, and it was sort of just felt intuitive, felt like it was part of the faction, something special. But looking at the game play out, and albeit I wasn't here for a bit of it, I kind of get what Chris is saying.
Yeah, I hear you. And again, with season 2, we're still kind of trying to figure out how.
It's work in progress, isn't it? I get that.
Yeah, yes. Season 1 is more or less like complete. We've really played it to death, and we understand that there's a fair amount of balance. These guys were like their mechanisms are still sort of under construction, so they're kind of filed with the season 2 guys because they need a little bit more work. But overall, they're working.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely with season 2, especially, it's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah, because the regeneration and the roost, I think, were the worst offenders. I mean, both of those are, like I say, they protect you're losing your tokens hugely. And the fact you can do them every turn as well. I mean, it's only once per turn, but you can still do it every turn if you have Surge, and Surge is quite easy to get hold of.
Yeah, absolutely.
It technically means you're playing with a lot more tokens than your opponent has if he doesn't have either of those factions, because you're saving them a huge amount of times. I mean, you used it maybe 5 or 6 times in that one game, which is technically puts you up to 16 tokens worth of hit points.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's a really smart way of framing it. Actually, I never really thought about it. So maybe the answer is to just make it so reactability costs 2 Surge when you issue it on your opponent's turn. Or if the dragons don't feel like they're as effective during a player's turn, maybe we make it so Breathe Fire is less expensive, because 3 is a little costly to get that off the ground.
Yeah, but again with the range, the problem with the range is it's not that effective when you can evade it. Now, sure shotting does help. I don't know. It's difficult. I mean, maybe even just take a cost off and just give them an extra range as one of their talents. Like it's a passive talent. You don't have to activate it. Just dragons have 3 range instead of 2 range.
I like the idea of passive abilities based on the race that you pick. I quite like that concept.
So could I get you guys to give me your thoughts on the season 1 dudes, because we've actually put like a year of work into making sure that they make sense.
Season 1 was spot on, and the way it played and the way these two guys picked it up pretty quickly. It's like most games. The first game you play blind like this, you just go in without looking at anything beforehand. It worked out very well.
Yeah.
By the end of it,
cool.
We could have started another game with Ian and Patrick there and just said crack on, and I think they would have been able to figure it out without our interjection whatsoever. So that's good.
Yeah, I to be frank, season 1 didn't really feel like a playtest. It felt like, okay, this is a demo game. There wasn't really. I was wondering. I'm glad we had a chance to look at season 2, because it felt like I'm not sure really what I would say. I don't feel that I've played enough of season 1 to be able to thing really.
Season 1's good. Yeah, I think season 1, as long as it hits the right marketing cues and stuff, it's going to do very, very well. Season 2, like you say, it does need a lot more playtesting to get those things, balanced out.
Tweaks.
Because you got to look at it this way as well. People are going to be using them with the season 1 stuff, and at the moment they're a lot more powerful than the season 1 factions. Yeah, well, the game itself's solid. That's a good start. So even if you're focusing more on the fact that they are little miniatures that can be used for anything, the game itself has got good mechanics, especially like I said, the core one. It's just, you're going to be releasing these seasons like a year after anyway, so it's going to be a case of those people that have bought the original core set are going to know the rules when they get these season 2 and whatever's in the future, so they'll know what to do with them. It's just making sure that all of those races are then fair if used against other ones in previous seasons, because a lot of these companies end up doing this. Games Workshop's worst for it, for just releasing new content for games, and it being so more powerful with each release that the stuff earlier on just isn't worth playing anymore, and that's not what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we are kind of taking a page from the Book of Magic Gathering in the ways that sort of try to diversify the different abilities of each faction and see how you're able to map. Ugh.
But we could probably draw it to a close there, as I now have over 3 hours of footage to edit down to around 45 minutes.
Fantastic.
Hey guys, this was great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking
You're
the time.
welcome.
Oh no, don't worry about it, John. It's wonderful.
All right.
And this is one of those times where we've come in and there's a game that's pretty much ready to go. So that was fun. And then we get to test an expansion which has, maybe balancing issues to talk about. So that's good. So we got the best of both worlds here. Got to play a
Best of
completed
both
game
worlds,
that
yeah.
was really good. Then got to comment on an expansion. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, guys. And I'd be happy to return the favor if you guys are working on some stuff that's active on TTS. I'd love to hop on and give it a shot if I'm able to schedule it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
loads
Alright,
going up.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Yep, I'm gonna go grab some
Thank
lunch.
you.
Have a good one, fellas. Yep,
Cheers.
bye-bye.
Bye.